What's
Slate
up?
3. Swapping sides.
Slate 3. Switching sides, but not changing clothes. We've been wearing the same clothes for probably days now at this point. So it's Slate 3, Poltergeist, the OG Poltergeist, classic Poltergeist.
Sunday morning. Good Sunday morning to you.
Good top of the morning to you.
Top of the Sunday morning to you.
Top of the Sunday spookies. A little Sunday spookies for you. We'll workshop it. Poltergeist. Honestly, I think Poltergeist is like a great Sunday spooky movie. You know, it's just like because this is another one that I would totally classify Poltergeist as family friendly, personally. Like and I guess in my head I think that because I've watched it with my family. Like I've watched it with kids before. Like it's just like one of those things where I saw it when I was younger. My mom showed it to me. She said it was one that she always enjoyed when she was little. It's
because it's not that scary.
It's not that scary, but like it's just got that vibe, man. It's just got that Halloween
I don't know.
vibe.
See, you like the Paranormal Activity movies.
I do.
Shit like that. I do not.
I do
not.
Yeah.
So Poltergeist, although
fucking call me out, why don't you? Yeah.
I've seen Poltergeist dozens of times. I still just it's boring.
Honestly, this time around, I don't know if it was just the state I was in as I was watching it this time around, but I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, this is actually a very humorous movie. But you know what? I thought the same thing the first time I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is directed by the same dude, Tobe Hooper, and I was like, you know what? This movie's weirdly hilarious. Like, there's a lot of really funny moments in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I did not expect that. And I don't know. I dig it. It's the story of this entire family, and I feel like the family's realistic too, and that's what I enjoyed about it. Like watching it this time around, is like they're a very realistic family, and like that's what I feel like I relate to a lot. It's a very relatable movie for me. And I don't know, I've also seen it a billion times. It's one of my favorites. I got a little soft spot for it, It's Poltergeist, man. A little Steven Spielberg sprinkled in there,
I mean,
Amblin Entertainment.
I mean, it's an iconic movie again, as all these have been.
Right.
It's definitely one of the namesake movies. Poltergeist. I can pop culture songs made through it and whatnot.
Yeah.
They're here. The big. Everybody
the
knows
line.
that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That is the line. But I mean, like. And I don't want to hate on it. I just always classified it as like the original Exorcist movie. Like it's scary, but when I was young, it was scary.
It was scary. Yeah,
now that I'm older,
and stuff.
Not even close.
Yeah, that's something I feel like my mom even told me when she first showed it to us. She's just like, it's not like back in the day. She's like, back in the day, there's a lot of movies that she says that about. She's like, back in the day, this scared the shit out of me. She's like, this movie, I remember she said that about Cujo, just like Jaws, like all these movies that like when they first came out, this was like the pinnacle of horror, like that shit was terrifying. And I totally could see that. I could totally see, Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead was supposed to be like a serious horror movie, and it's like, I see it. Like I'm like, if I look at it through the lens of like the time it came out in, I'm like, okay, I can see where this was gruesome at the time, and not so silly. But yeah, I don't know. Poltergeist is just I don't know, man. I like what it is. Like I don't mind that it's not a scary movie, but there is a certain like element to it that's like, it's not like scary, like in the sense of like, you get it. You know what I'm talking about. But like, it's not scary in the sense of like how horror movies are usually scary, but like the fear of like, again, if you put yourself in the shoes of this family, it's like, how do we get our daughter back out of this situation? You know what I mean? Like that's been in a ton of movies, right? Like, Conjuring has done it. It's like, here's this family, my little girl's possessed. What do we do? But like something about this movie in particular, like that hits for me. Like it really hits for me in this movie where it's just like, we gotta get our baby girl back, It's like she's, just been snatched up by ghosts. Like this ghost is just like, I don't know, but you're absolutely right to call me out from the jump, because I don't think I would have made that link. Yeah, that's actually really funny, because as I'm talking about Poltergeist, I'm like, there's a lot of things in Paranormal Activity that are the same shit that I dig. Like, it's the same things, and I'm just like, I love a good Poltergeist, man.
Yeah,
what can I say?
You like entities fucking with families.
I do. I mean, I feel like ghostly entities. Well, I don't know. Maybe they're demons sometimes. But I don't know. Like the Conjuring movies.
I'm pretty sure Poltergeist. It's an Indian burial ground. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is. It's like spirits and shit. Like, see, I fuck with that. Like the demon stuff is sometimes that's where it gets real corny. But I guess it really is like when it's like. But I guess Paranormal Activity ended up being a demon. What the fuck ever. Who cares? It's all the same shit. But I'm a fan, apparently. So that's interesting.
Like I said, it's
I learned something new about myself during this sleigh. So this one was very like,
It's an alright thing. Like it's not a bad movie, but like it's not at all close to a go-to for me.
Right.
It's one of those, if I had to sit down and watch it, I'd be like, all right, I'll watch that. That's fine.
Yeah.
But like, I wouldn't, if I was picking the movie, if it was on me to pick the movie, nah, I wouldn't go to Poltergeist and be like, oh, fucking Poltergeist, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, it'd have to take a real mood I've never been in to be in that mood. So I couldn't tell you how I'd do it, but one of the ways.
That's fucking funny. Oh man, I totally forgot what I was gonna say.
I wish we knew more Poltergeist facts to throw out. Like,
right. Well, there's that one thing about like the little girl like dying, and then there's like it's like one of those movies. It's like it's a cursed movie and shit. Like all the sequels, like some shit always went down. People would die and stuff. Like, obviously, if we were more read up on that, we could give you the fine-tuned details. But hey, go Google that shit. It's worth a Google.
Isn't there named Carol Ann in the movie?
Yeah.
So, well, there you go.
Carol Ann. I don't know. Here's a fun fact. Craig T. Nelson, who plays the dad, is the voice of Mr. Incredible. There you go. You know that? Ding. You probably did if you're like a movie person, but day-to-day people, they love that kind of.
Well, see, I really know this shit because the Misfits made a song on Poltergeist, but the song, for whatever reason, I believe is called Shining. So it's like you would think it was about The Shining,
right?
It's about Poltergeist. So
interesting.
Yeah.
I think what I was gonna say earlier is this is a go-to for me. When it's just like with Killer Clowns, it's like if it's October, it's time to watch Poltergeist, like to get me in the mood. Like one of the early days, like I'm gonna watch Poltergeist. That's why we're here on day 3 with Poltergeist.
Yesterday was that for me with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, we definitely handed off. I feel like Nightmare is one of your faves, and this one's one of mine.
Who knows what's up? Who knows what's up next? And I don't think it'll be another fave of mine.
We'll just spin the wheel, and we'll see how we feel about it. Another thing was again similar to Killer Clowns. We're sitting here talking about how it's not scary, it's not really a go-to or whatever. But for me, it feels like a movie that, like, with my mom showing it to me, like it's something that I'm totally gonna show my kid. Like I feel like this is a movie I'm gonna pass down because it's a good gateway horror movie for sure. As we, learned that phrase the other night, I did not pass this one down to my son. So he's watched other ones. He's watched Conjuring. He's watched, Texas Chainsaw, shit like that. So at this point, if he watched Poltergeist, he'd probably be like, the fuck is this shit?
Okay.
Yeah. There's some of those, hardcore kids these days who just dive straight into the new stuff, the goods. Yeah.
So what are you gonna score it?
Oh man.
How many screams?
How many screams?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know it's early. I know it's only Slate 3, but I think I'm gonna have to drop a 10 out of 10. For
10
me,
screams out of 10.
I'm gonna say 10 screams out of 10. I'm gonna be hoarse because I'm gonna be screaming so much for this movie. Like I said, I don't know. It's just one of those movies that I totally, whatever your score is going to be, I totally get it. I totally get how, other people wouldn't like this or something like that. But I think for me, it's a 10 out of 10. Just, these are always personal scores. They're not critical scores, so it's like, for me, this just like, it really hits for me. It's got an emotional attachment to it and stuff like that. So, obviously I got to go that 10 out of 10. I couldn't hesitate on the 9.5. I had to.
If I go anything, I'm going to do 7 screams out of 10.
I can deal with that.
It's rewatchable. It's, because it's old. So, I mean, you can go back and still watch it these days, but it's a little meh for me. So 7.
Honestly, I'm happy to hear that because like I was mentally prepared to handle a 7, but I feel like any like 6.5 like is where my heart would have started hurting. Like I think 6.75 I could have dealt with, but 7 I'm happy to.
3.
I would have been like, and this is it. That was the last day of the sleighs. I can't handle any more heartbreak. It's Halloween.
You never know where we're going with these, so you might have to have some heartbreak.
That's true. It's just part of life, which you'll probably learn tomorrow on Mental Health Monday, along with another sleigh, Sleigh 4, chaseandshep.com, facebook.com/chaseandshep. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, you know what to do, all that good stuff.
Just killing it. Like the movies.
Slay you later.